Welcome back to All Things ETH, where we talk about all things Ethereum and Ethereum compatible. Today we've got a special AMA with the creator of the Yield Farming Co-op, which I am an admin, and I've talked about this a little bit on my channel before. We've got a 49 weeks to freedom challenge that I will link in the description below on YouTube, but we'll be interviewing Chris, who is the admin, or the founder, I should say, of the group, and we'll get some information about that from him, but also since I'm an admin, we'll be able to just chat back and forth for a little while. So I hope that you guys like what you hear and can join us in the YFC, or the Yield Farming Co-op. And if you'd like to be a part of the 49 Weeks to Freedom Challenge, I would love for you to join as well. So without further ado, let me get us both on screen here. Awesome. Cool. So Chris, you are the founder of the YFC, or the Yield Farming Co-op. Give me a little bit of a background on how that got started and how it's going now, and we'll get into far more questions. So let's kind of, if we can, keep it high level for the start of this.
No worries. So I've been in crypto for a minute, not as long as you, Aaron, but for a minute. And I've been working primarily to teach yield farming to individuals. I feel like yield farming is a sustainable business model for the DeFi space. You're pretty much setting up liquidity farms and earning fees off of it. The reason I set that up, number one, from another group I was in, I wanted to set up some sort of program to help them earn crypto reliably, not be at a chance of a rug pull. And then that idea started taking off, and more people wanted to learn how to do it for themselves. And so I stood up the community, the Yield Farming Co-op.
Awesome. Just checking the audio on the stream. It sounds really good. So thanks for the intro. And so you've been teaching people how to yield farm. I appreciate the way that in which you do it. Specifically, you have a background in bookkeeping and are to the letter, as far, or maybe even I should say to the number, as far as that sort of thing goes. As you have an accountant background, and if anybody needs some help with their crypto accounting, feel free to reach out. But now's not the tax season, so maybe not the time to get into that. But I wanted to talk to you specifically about the Yield Farming Co-op, how to get started, who's enjoying it, how many people we have in it, and so let's jump on into that. I think currently, if I can look at the member count, I'm going to do that real quick. I think we've got over 80 members now, which is pretty impressive. We started back in April.
Yep. That's right.
Awesome.
So yeah, we have 81 members, and we have different membership levels, but we have 81 active members that are learning alongside of us, farming and attending the meetings and participating within the co-op, which is great.
I'm gonna just show my screen here on a couple things that we've got going on. We've got just getting started, onboarding calls, weekly calls that we do, whether you're hosting them on Wednesday or I'm hosting them on Thursday, and then we also do some farming with you stuff if you join the challenge, which is something I really want to talk about, because there's a couple levels of participation here, right? There's the $10 a month subscription, where you get to be a part of the co-op and get into school and get into the chat with all of the other farmers. But then there's the 49 Weeks to Freedom Challenge, and that's where you really learn to do it yourself and get to farm with us as seasoned, or weathered, I should say, farmers, right?
Weathered, 100%.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about why you started the 49-week challenge and what it's doing for you, and some of the success that you've seen.
Awesome. So the idea behind the 49 Weeks challenge is based on our past examples farming, based on actual results. We were seeing anywhere from an easier 0.3% earnings a day up to an aggressive earnings of 0.7% a day across all of our farms. And we were trying to hit a goal at the end of 49 weeks of being able to just 100% live off the income of yield farming. And in order to grow up to that amount, we had to be more of the aggressive farmer at the beginning to get up to the level that you need to be at to produce those level returns to, have a livable income. So thus the idea of the 49 weeks challenge was born so that people at the end of 49 weeks can hit a goal, whether it's to pay off student debt, pay off any other consumer debt, pay off your house, live off the weekly income, or just increase your retirement, whatever your goals might be. So um, the 49 weeks was simply how the math worked out for me to hit my goal when I came up with the program. So right now, I'm around week number 32 in my own 49-week program, and it's going great. The market's been up and down since then, and this has worked throughout the market. Um, so I think it's very sustainable for a long-term goal. So
Yeah, it's fantastic. I've been a yield farmer for quite a while. I think 3 years of putting out content about yield farming. Started in the Axie Infinity gaming space of all places, doing some yield farming there with their DeFi tokens that they started making like 30% or whatever it was on some liquidity pools, but then got into DeFi and Arbitrum, and now the L2 world has expanded, as well as farms on Solana that we touch on. We don't talk about that too much in this channel, as this is more EVM content related. However, there's some great opportunities on Solana as well, so I don't want to not mention it. But yeah, I've seen
that
similar
I just want
results.
to point out there is a Solana farm on EVM network that you can farm that has just as good.
Interesting, interesting. That's
Yep.
fantastic. Yeah, I mean we cover everything from really stable farms on PancakeSwap on the BNB chain, which is an EVM side chain, Ethereum compatible. So we talk about that quite a bit here. But then also the L2s that are popping up. I like to talk about specifically things in the Ramsey space, so Nile and Cleopatra Dex and all these that are related to that, and that's what I bring to the table a lot of the time. But Chris and I specifically focus on the concentrated liquidity farms, and that's primarily how we're able to make those great gains. Up to 4% a weekly basis, and fairly consistently over the ups and downs of this market. Obviously, some weeks are going to be less, some weeks are going to be more, but on average, we're hitting that 3 to 4% pretty consistently on our capital. And this is not locked up capital. It's not something that you have to throw into. You're not buying an NFT. You're not getting into an annuity type product or anything like that. It's capital that's pretty liquid. Is just as long as you leave it in the farms is all it's locked up, right? And as soon as you take it out, you can either take out your profits or reinvest your profits, or take out all of your liquidity and be able to move that on really whenever you want to, because the farms indexes that we use are permissionless. So, Chris, what else should we be talking about the 49-week challenge or the co-op itself?
Yeah. Well, we have, like you said, different membership levels. But the one that a lot of people are really enjoying right now is the Farming with You content. And it's kind of unique in this space. There's several other education programs out there, but we're the only co-op that I know of that really shows you every single aspect of doing a farm. So we started out that series with we had no farms active, and we needed to bring some money from some fiat money over into a wallet. And then we went from there and we started getting into our first couple of farms, and we don't do anything on that wallet unless it's recorded and talked about in the course, for better or for worse. It's a learning wallet. So when things go out of range, sometimes midweek I'll record a just me giving a message of what went on with that week if it was a shift that was needed immediately that could have a large impact. But by and large, even for worst case, we don't touch it for a week. and then we talk about how to overcome any sort of difficulties that might have caused, or just talk about the results of it being in range or out of range for a certain number of days. But everything is recorded, including filling out your tracking paperwork to know if you're on target and how you're doing, and tracking all your fees, and everything that's involved with yield farming. So if you go through that particular farming with you course with us, you will literally have, at this moment, we have 4 active farms, and we started with none. And a lot of the people that go through that course will take my videos and put them at 0.5 speed and make me sound really slow and drugged. But hey, it's all good. But it's slow enough for them to click the buttons along with what I'm doing, so they could literally just click the buttons and do exactly what I'm doing while I'm talking about it. So a lot of people are really enjoying that course format. Um, and then the 49 weeks challenge itself, we have a tracking form to go on there. We have dedicated calls for that on a weekly basis. We keep some recommended farms. Um, Again, these are recommended because we're in them ourselves. So we're like, hey, this is where we're having success. Here's the settings we use. Here's the decks we use. Here's the tokens we use. If you wanted to use these farms as an example, use it as an example. If you wanted to get into the farm and see how it actually works and compare it to what we're seeing on the screen, hey, do so. It's real information. We're not making anything up, for better or for worse. Those are the farms that we're in. So we set all this up to be as helpful as possible for you to learn how to farm and become successful. So
That's awesome. So, is that farming with you course? I was showing it while you were talking about it. I was showing it on my screen, and
mhm.
just how many courses are there in school, and like you said, every single episode of Farming with You is done live with the group on the call. It's a Zoom call. Everybody gets to join a part of. Now, is that a part of the 49-week challenge, or is that a separate thing, or is that all included?
That comes with the 49-week challenge. It is not included in the base membership. The base membership gives access to 7 different courses that we have to allow you to learn everything from, hi, how you doing? You've never done this before, setting up your wallet, using an application to swap tokens, showing you several different methods where you could bring on your cash from your bank account into the crypto space, so you can choose whatever works the best. We go into some investor mindset and methodology. We go deep into researching farms and tokens. Then we move on to actually getting into farms and using some automation to help you automate your farms if you want to do that. Um, Giving you a whole list and like a video series on other farms and technologies that are out there that we keep current, like aggregators, automators, and different vault technology, stuff like that. And then lastly, at that level, you also get access to um, all the paperwork course, like how do I keep track of my farms, what's important for taxes, that type of thing. And that's all included in the base membership.
That's incredible. And the base membership is just $10. That's correct.
That's right, and we keep it up to date, and it gets you access to the community where you can ask questions.
Awesome. So the 49-week challenge. Tell me how much it costs, and then
hmm
how much more people get as a part of that.
Sure. The 49 weeks challenge, we tried to keep it down to about a coffee a day. So it's at $38 a week or 152 a month. And then from that, you get all those 7 courses we just talked about. Plus, you get access to a specific course for the 49-week challenge that we already covered. You get access to the farming with you that we already covered. And you also get access to our advanced strategies on how to increase your yields using the same farms that you're already in for higher returns. And then we have several other things planned at the moment, but those are the live things that everybody's enjoying right now.
Awesome. So, what skill level do you think is best to get started with the 49-week challenge? Does that go over the basics as well as the base membership? Is that
Mm,
they're all included? Is what I understand if you get into the 49-week challenge. But
that's
are
right. So
beginners as well as advanced users? Do you think advanced users have will get some usage out of this as well?
it was really designed for you if you've never done it before and you want to use this as some income. um, this is how you get money from your bank into crypto for the first time, all the way up to this is how you get into your first farm, and that's the first 5 lessons. And then from there, then you also can flip over to the 49-week challenge and see the farms that we recommend with all of the settings that we're using in our farms and all that type of thing. So you can use that as an additional way to get into those other farms. And you could view the farming with you from start to finish. And those are ongoing. So um, from that point, then you can move over to the advanced strategies. If you're an advanced user, we start talking about crop rotation, farming sprawl, fallow field farming, those type of things, so that those are advanced strategies to increase your yield.
Yep. And
And
those are
man,
those are
we have
those are
some
names
great
we've
ideas.
kind of copywritten ourselves, right? Those are
That's right.
premier to the YFC, or the Yield Farming Co-op. Chris loves to
Hmm.
make up strategies, some very successful strategies, especially automation with Aperture and Crystal and these sorts of applications. Working with DFAT a little bit right now, testing that out. I'm going to make some content about that soon, and we've got some other things in the pipeline. And then what else? What else is involved with what's going on with 49 Week Challenge? Is there anything else? I know we have some vaults that we have set up. If anybody wants to jump into those, we also have some NFTs that we're kind of farming done for you kind of stuff. Is that let's talk about those for a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So we do have the YFC Armchair Farming NFT collection. Basically, if you purchase an NFT, all the funds from that purchase will go into the community farms, and we run those farms. And our goal for those NFTs is to generate monthly income in the amount of about 10 to 12.5% per month, based on the current yield of the entire farm. These are priced as zero point 0.1 Ethereum for an NFT, which is a really good entry price. And the price of Ethereum goes up and down, but the price remains zero point 0.1 Ethereum. And right now we're way over the 12.5%. But we're doing really good. We initially came out with 80 of those NFTs, and we've sold all but 31 in less than 2 weeks. So it's pretty popular to get that. The collection is just on OpenSea.io. The
Yep.
collection's actually named Yield Farming Co-op.
Yep, I'm showing it right now on my
And
screen so everybody can see where this is at. It's some great
perfect.
artwork on these too. Shout out to Dr. David
That
for
was
giving us some fun AI created
that's
art
right.
for
Yeah,
us.
Dr. David Powers put those together for us, and he does a great job. We already have the designs laid for another series after that. But it's a great program, and you can either do that, which is 100% done for you type delivery method once a month, or you can go over and get into some of our YFC created vaults over on Dex Finance. If you're familiar with that site, if you do a search for YFC, there'll be our different farms there that you can get into. Those are doing great. Some of them we've already doubled our money in, so it's not forecasted that it will double your money, but we have doubled our money in a couple of them, so they're still running good. Pretty much it just automates several farms at once, so they're just like any other crypto asset. They go up and down in value, so you could wait for a market dip and really get in there and have a huge extra gain, or you could just get in whenever, and the returns are still the same percentage wise on a daily basis.
Yep, it
But the
looks
way we
like we're
set up,
making 203% currently on base our farm base 2 and 205% on farm base 3, and then we also still have a Manta one which is uh, still sitting at 95%. Not bad for probably something we haven't touched in a minute. So yeah, jump into
yeah,
those. Even if you're not a member, this is a freebie for anybody who wants to jump in. These are free to anybody to use. So if you want to just jump into those, you feel free. You don't have to be in the co-op at all. But we would love for you to be in the co-op, of course. But yeah,
definitely. And those vaults, I just want to say set up to do at least a 50% take profit strategy. So it's not a compound to the moon type activity. And because of the way the vaults work, you have access to your funds at any time. Like you could put it in, and 5 minutes later, you can change your mind and pull it right back out. It doesn't matter. The only thing you would lose in that instance is gas fees in and out, and maybe some slippage. But um, it's non-custodial, so you can take it out anytime you want.
Awesome. Tell me about
So,
some of the success stories that you've heard, some of the people that you're working with. And we do some one-on-one training as well, a little bit extra
mhm.
on top of that cost, obviously. But some of the best success stories have come from those one-on-one topics and or some of those classes. Do you mind sharing some of it, or do you know of anybody who wouldn't mind you sharing some of the success stories that you've heard beyond your own success? Obviously, you're in you said week 32 of 49, and
Week
hitting your
32,
goals.
49. Yep.
And you've probably leapfrogged several weeks in that process. When did you actually start, and how far along are you?
Yeah, I started that process actually back in January. Um, at the end of January is when I started going to our website. The first 3 months of data is up on our website as well, showing what we did in the first 3 months of actual data. Um, and I was able to leapfrog several months because the market really helped me out. And then the market dipped a little bit and it took me back down a little bit. So um, I'm still at week number 32. So it's growing along with the market. And as a farmer, we just have to go through and make sure our farms are always in range, earning rewards for us, and then doing responsible things with the profit taking methodology that we talk about. But there's lots of success stories in here that we have. We had somebody in here. They found a really risky farm, and they were making like 4.5% a day. It was a meme coin farm. We don't really cover meme coins in the co-op because we want this to be a long-term thing. But it was funny and exciting to see him make 4.5% a day on a meme coin. Anyway, but we also have other people that are sitting here genuinely making $200 to $500 a week yield farming. We don't have anybody that's reported in making $1,000 a month yet, other than myself. But as far as um, you know, livable, an extra $1,000 could, depending on where you live in the country, pay your mortgage. Um, and my personal income is uh, between 2 and 3,000, almost at the $4,000 a month mark for my own personal yield farming success.
That's awesome. And
And
what sort of percentage are you looking at on a monthly basis? Is that 3 to 4, like I said previously, or did I misspeak?
so for a monthly basis, what I'm getting is somewhere between 15 and 17% on my
Okay.
farms.
Which is sorry,
Uh,
that was per week. So yeah, so 3 to 4% a week. 12. You said you're making about 12 to 15%. Is that right?
yeah,
That's
right.
fantastic.
Yeah, well, up to last month I got 16.3%. So,
Awesome. I love the
and
preciseness.
then
That's good.
do you want me to take it out to 27 decimals? I got it. Yeah, no. So this we also run another NFT program for a different community, and we recently sold out all the NFTs for that one, and we started farming them for that back in November or no October actually, and we're still producing a monthly yield, hitting all the targets of that program as well. So this is not something that has been around for a short time. We're 3 months away from 12 months of delivering on a crypto project. I mean, that's kind of a big deal in the crypto space, being able to be viable after 12 months, producing real generated income for people. It's a great accomplishment, I think, and everybody seems to give some really good feedback on the program. So
That's absolutely
it's time
fantastic,
tested and
Chris.
proven.
Yeah, I mean almost unheard of in crypto. I mean, we've been in a bull market basically since January, but we've seen downturns. Obviously, the last couple of weeks has been pretty tough on the market. We've had some other downturns in the past, but you started in October of last year as basically, I mean, you have your full-time job at home, but then have been managing portfolios for that previous NFT, which kind of led you into building the yield farming co-op, and then kicking off the program, the school-based program in April of this year, and you're still continuing to create those similar results of, up to 15, 16% every single month, which is incredible. And the nice part about this, and the really great part about this, is that we're getting to teach others. I love being an admin in the course. I'm one of the admins, and there's 8 of us. So if I'm not online, there's somebody online. We have a couple people that are international. Shout out to Denise in her European time zone, and then we got some other people that are always around. We've got people from in the co-op in the 49-week challenge that are based all over the world, with 81 current paying subscribed members. We've got people in all time zones. So anytime you want to jump in, ask questions, and share stories, there's somebody around, which is pretty incredible. Again, and congratulations, Chris. You're 9 months in and just crushing it right now. And I'm
And it's
happy
still,
to go ahead.
I was gonna say it's still a lot of fun, by the way.
Right.
I mean, farming is can be a little monotonous sometimes. That's why we focus a lot on the investor mindset and methodology. That's why that course was important to me to put out there. As an investor, you will have highs and lows in your investment, but that is the same thing that's true with crypto, the same thing that's true with the stock market, with owning real estate, with owning art on the wall. Prices go up and down all the time. With crypto, the reason it's fun is because it happens so quickly. So like today you're like, oh man, the market took 30%, and that's what happened a week ago. The market declined by about 30% across most of the farms that we were in, including Ethereum. And then the very next day it started going back up and back up, and we've already recovered about 10% of that loss. But along the way, so many people were trading. Our farming yield income was huge. Like just farming as Solana as an example on the BNB chain. The farming yield from that was like 4% in one day. It was crazy amount of trading volume going on. And we were just there in the market, and we took advantage of the cheaper prices to get in and start in at a lower price. And one of the things that is possible in yield farming is to set up an extended long-term trade so that you can not only get your token price appreciation of your crypto that you buy at a discount on a red market day, but you can also get trading fees all the way up till you hit your upper target. So as an example of one of the strategies that I'm documenting right now is how to capitalize on those type of things that happen. I took $4,000 on the red day when Solana was down at 120, and then I set up a long-term trade where I'm going to exit at like 168. And along that way, I should make $1,000 in token price appreciation, plus all of the trading fees, which have been at least 0.5% a day, a lot of days over 1% along the entire way. And if that happens in 1 month, that's a 20% gain for just the token price, plus all of the yield that you generated, which could be another 30% on top of that in terms of yield. So in 1 month, you could easily get somewhere between 30 and 50% return on your money if you structure it correctly.
Absolutely. That's definitely the best case scenario on in a green month, which is just unheard of outside of crypto, right? Like in TradFi, you're hoping to get, a good year is 12% on your capital, right? And you have to be in the stock market and or in, if you're in bonds, you're getting maybe 5%, which is barely keeping up with inflation. And so being in the crypto space, being early in the space where, yes, it's been over a decade that Bitcoin's been around. Yes, it's been over a decade now even that Ethereum's been around. However, we're still early to this space, and yield farming is one of the true opportunities to make an actual business on chain. So it's one of the few places where I think there's a viable income stream that isn't, it's not a Ponzi, it's not it's not a get rich quick. It's a true business that you're starting as a yield farmer. You're adding your tokens to these decentralized exchanges, and making the fees that people transfer, between tokens that you set up. So, what's your pitch for the yield farming co-op? I want to wrap up this stream. I think we've been going for just over a half hour now. Just give me a high level pitch on why somebody would want to join the yield farming co-op and the 49-week challenge.
Yeah. So thank you for having me, by the way. I really enjoyed being here and sharing time. Hopefully this message reaches somebody that's looking for a way to make some extra income on the side. I think it's a life changer. I love the community that we have. I love having the 4 calls a week. I really love the one-on-one sessions where we can sit down and come up with a portfolio strategy for you based on your risk tolerance, and where we can actually come up with like a debt repayment program using crypto to help you get out of debt. I'm in the middle of a couple of those plans right now, and the people are having really good success, and they're really paying off their real life credit card debts with the yield that they're getting out of yield farming, which is amazing. It's a great feeling, losing one shackle at a time. So basically, the best way to get into yield farming co-op, come join us for $10 a month, see if the information makes sense, and if you'd like to give it a try. And you can't really find a cheaper entry point into an educational content, even if you choose not to, but we would love for you to continue on and make some money. So come join us, see if you like us. Most people do, and I would love to have you with us and farm alongside of you, because you may find things that we don't know, and that's why it's a co-op. Like, I'm learning as much from everybody as they're learning from me. Hopefully, hopefully they're like, "Hey, Chris, it's nice talking to you. We figured this out on our own." Yeah, I don't know if I don't think that's going on, but I do have a lot of good friends that I'm making here in the co-op, and I think number 1 is the community, number 2 is the content, and number 3 is the results. Like, that's what it is. That's why this co-op is successful, and I think it's going to be successful for a long time. So come join us.
Awesome. Yeah, great to have you on, Chris. It's been a while. We've been wanting to do this video for some time now, but thank you so much for taking the time. Chris and I get together about once a week, but we're usually in the weeds of going through farms and trying to figure out what would be best to add to the Farming With You courses that we do in the yield farming challenges. And then we do 4 calls a week. Chris does 3 of them. I do 1 of them. We have some of the other admins that join us every Wednesday and every Sunday, every Thursday. And most of them are Central Time, but all of them are recorded, so available to anybody around the clock. Chris, we've got 30 eyeballs on this live stream currently, and have had a pretty consistent, actually 33, it just jumped. So I would love to, for anybody who's interested, to click the link in the description of this X live video. That'll get you to the website and get you some of the information that Chris talked about his personal results are on the front page of the website, guys. So definitely check that out. And then if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. And then I'll be posting this on YouTube as well. So hopefully we get even more traction out of that as my subscriber count is continuing to grow, and I hope to even pitch this to a couple of larger yield farmers that I know of in the YouTube space. And if anybody wants to get involved, we do have an affiliate program too. So whether you get into the yield farming co-op, or if you're a YouTuber or a key opinion leader or Cole in the the X or crypto Twitter space, CT space, let me know. You can join the co-op. You don't have to join the co-op. You can become an affiliate link, and that gives you $25 per month on anybody who joins under your affiliate link. The 49-week challenge. If they do just do the $10 challenge, you'll get a smaller amount. But either way, if you become a part of the 49-week challenge, you can pay for that as a part of that affiliate program. If you sign up, 4 or 5 of your friends, then you can cover most of the costs of that, or just take a portion of that fee off of your monthly by. And Chris handles all of that by himself. I'm not, well, that, and you do have a company, don't you? You have a business and a couple employees that help you with some of that organization, hopefully.
I do a little bit.
Good. That's what I thought. That's a lot of work to keep up with the bookkeeping. But again, we have 8 admins, including myself and Chris, in the yield farming course. And again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. And as always, have a great week and God bless. We'll see you on YouTube, and we'll see you again on X here, but also we hope to see you in the Yield Farming Co-op. Have a great day. See you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.